Hey guys, Eli here again today, and today I want to share with you one of the quotes that has really been a guiding force or principle in my life that I come back to all the time, and it's simply this: it's that the quality of our lives comes down to the quality of our communication, how we communicate with others, but also how we communicate with ourselves. And as I flip through my Facebook feed and I hop on YouTube and I see a lot of these videos and I see people out there that are stars and living in Los Angeles, I see people putting things out there to communicate with the world, to get their message out there, but they really haven't mastered the core level of confidence or the communication with themselves that I want to talk about today. You see, when we talk about communication, when we talk about our ability to really have an impact on the world, I believe that there are levels of communication. And first, it starts with ourself. How are we communicating with ourself? That voice inside of our head. And how you communicate with yourself isn't just how you talk to yourself. It's how you focus your mind, patterns of focus, because focus equals feeling. And if you focus on the best day of your life, start to feel good. Where were you? Where were you at? Who were you with? What happened? What were those magic moments? Start to make you feel good. But if you focus on the bad things, what was the worst day of your life? What was something tragic? Something made you feel sad? What was something that was taken from you? We can habitually focus in a way that makes us feel off. That's communication. Also, how you eat, how you breathe, how you move, energy and motion, emotion, what's happening inside of yourself. And so really mastering this level of communication, starting with the self, is a level that most people never master. You think about self-reliance, speaking up for ourselves, taking care of ourselves, supporting ourselves at the level of something beyond just survival, but the ability to thrive within ourselves, this feeling of progress, of growth, of aliveness. Doesn't matter if you're 8 or 80, you can really tap into that once you are having this sense of what's next, this feeling of evolution, personal evolution within yourself. So at the core level of ourself, we got to master that. But what I see a lot of people do is they become conscious of these levels of communication. And I would say the next level of communication to really master would be one-to-one. And I've been working in self-development for a long time, since 2005, so 11 years, representing the top self-development brand in the world, doing speeches and seminars and motivating people to really get outside of themselves and master themselves. And I see a lot of people that I've worked with, even coaches, tap into this next level of development or communication to enhance the quality of their life. And that is one-to-one. That's me taking some communication and talking to somebody. I see a lot of life coaches do this, where they get some principles about fitness or diet or communication or exercise or life mastery, enhancement, some kind of skill that they want to get, they get it. And instead of really being affected by it and really taking that lesson in and thinking about how do they apply it to their life, they immediately have this protection filter where they think about, how can I take this and create a video about it, or shoot this out to the world, or teach somebody else. And that's the trap a lot of life coaches fall into, because they take this concept, this meaning, and instead of actually living it, instead of letting that change affect them and having this core level of communication with themselves where they've mastered that distinction and putting it out into another human being where they are able to teach it, they really just, they regurgitate these lessons they got from these gurus about confidence or meditation or finances. So they're not living it, but they're teaching it. So that is where we see the teachers out there that aren't really making an impact because they're not living it. I can't give you $1 unless I have $1. I can't give you confidence or certainty unless I have it within myself. I can try, I can give you that $1, but it ends up coming up as a check that comes back insufficient funds. And so we gotta build that reservoir, that bank account within ourselves over and over again. So second level of communication is simply one-to-one. Third level is what would be one-to-many, like one to groups. And that's where you're able to communicate a message, not just to one person, but you stand in front of a group, you've lived it, you've taken it deep into another person, and then you can stand there in front of a group of people and you can share that message with everybody, and everybody feels it. And so the quality of your life, the quality of your communication, first with yourself, then to another, then to many. And if you're able to communicate a message powerfully with everybody around you in a room, well, that's the essence of leadership. And if you're a leader, that will affect your business, your income, your even your relationships. If you're single, how does it affect your relationships? You have more options because everybody will be looking at you. So, you want to be able to put your message out there and really communicate at that high level with others, with lots of people, and the gift of social media, the gift of Facebook, the gift of YouTube, and all these different platforms out there. You're seeing people that are your ability right now to put things out there immediately and have an impact it's phenomenal. It's like we couldn't have dreamed this stuff up 50, 100, 10 years ago, at the level that it is now. It's like all over the world with your phone, you can reach millions of people. You have the ability to do that, but you see sometimes we put that out there and I see people talking about confidence or self-development and they're so hungry for the like or the share, or they're looking to get this external validation over what they're trying to put out there because they really haven't mastered the communication with themselves. The quality of our life is the quality of our communication with others, but more importantly, with ourselves. And so we can't teach these concepts about breaking through and personal development to others unless we have it at the core within ourselves. And the highest level is really the ability to communicate with others at a legendary level. And that's when you speak something to one person, to yourself, to one person, then to a group. But the people that have mastered what I would call level 4 communication would be the Mother Teresas, the Gandhis, the Martin Luther Kings. You even hear those names and it communicates something. So that's when you're able to communicate your message to the world by not even being there. We still celebrate the birthdays of, great presidents and leaders and Martin Luther King. You hear that and there's still a resonance. It brings about something to the environment where the quality of the communication, the quality of that life has affected our lives today. That is high level communication. And that's when we're really living something consistently over time. We're doing something unique in the marketplace. And so whether you own a company or you're a father or a mother, you want to make sure that when you've said something to your kids or to your coworkers or your group there, that you don't want to create dependency. You want to be able to leave that environment and still have your message felt. That's what we can all aspire to do more of. So we take that learning from not just something we hear in our heads, but we bring it into our hearts. And I read books constantly. I'm constantly digesting this information. And it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it seems like forever ago now, but I guess about 15 years ago, I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I was angry. I was blaming people. I wasn't communicating with myself at a good way at all. And then that was affecting people around me, my mom, the way I would snap at people. And then I was closed off. I was too scared to talk to groups. And the message that I had for the world, I wasn't even conscious of that level that maybe I could do that someday. I figured, hey, if I just pour enough good stuff in, good stuff's going to start coming out. So hopefully you've taken this message beyond something you've just gotten to your head, but you've taken it into your heart a little bit, and hopefully that feeling, that emotion, that energy and motion will come inside of you and will move you today to want to do more, be more, have more, and make your message felt within your community, your environment, your company, into your family. But don't forget that first it all starts with taking it deep within yourself. I hope this has served you, and I look forward to the next time. Bye-bye.